When I first saw the doll, it was sitting alone on a dusty shelf in a forgotten corner of an antique shop. Its porcelain face was cracked, its dress yellowed by time. Yet there was something captivating about it. The shopkeeper smiled when he saw me staring. "She's been here longer than I have," he said. "Some say she belonged to a little girl who never really left." I laughed it off and bought the doll anyway. I collect antiques, broken things with stories, and this one felt special. When I brought her home, the air in the room felt heavier. The scent of lavender filled the space, even though I didn't own any candles or oils. I placed her on the shelf and told myself it was my imagination. The first night, I woke to the faint sound of humming. It was soft, childlike, coming from the same corner where the doll sat. When I turned on the light, the music stopped. The doll was in the same position, but her head was tilted just slightly more toward my bed. By the third night, the noises grew bolder, scratching, whispers, and soft giggles echoing through the dark. I checked for rats, pipes, anything. Nothing. That's when I noticed her eyes. They seemed different each day, at first dull and glassy, then bright, focused. Almost human. One morning I woke to find the doll sitting on my nightstand. Her cracked porcelain hand rested on my phone as if she'd been watching something. The screen was open to the camera app recording my sleeping face. I threw her in the closet, locked the door, and left for work early. When I returned, the door was open. The doll sat neatly back on the shelf, facing me. I started researching the shop, the doll, anything to explain it. That's when I found a story. In 1912, a young girl named Clara had died tragically in that same town. Her mother, grief-stricken, had a doll made in her likeness, hoping to preserve her spirit. Locals said the woman went mad, insisting the doll spoke to her, that it laughed, that it moved. When she died, the doll disappeared until someone sold it to that very same antique shop. I decided to get rid of it. I wrapped it in a pillowcase, drove to a remote field, and buried it under the cold dirt. I didn't look back. That night, I slept peacefully for the first time in weeks. But the next morning, the scent of lavender returned. On the shelf sat the doll, dirt clinging to the edges of her dress, her cracked lips forming what looked like a smile. I screamed, grabbed it, and smashed it against the floor, once, twice, until shards of porcelain scattered everywhere. When I finally stopped, I noticed something strange. Inside the doll's hollow head was a piece of folded parchment. I unfolded it carefully. The handwriting was delicate, childlike. It said, "Thank you for letting me come home." For the next several nights, I heard footsteps pacing in the hallway. My bedroom door creaked open by itself. Every morning, I'd find tiny dirt footprints leading from the hall to the shelf, where the doll had once sat. Last night, I woke again to the sound of humming. This time, it was louder, closer. The scent of lavender filled my lungs as I slowly turned toward the doorway. There she stood, small, pale, a cracked porcelain smile stretching across her face. In her hand, she held one of her missing eyes and whispered, "Do you want to play?" The lights flickered. My phone began recording on its own, and for the briefest second before everything went dark, I saw my reflection in her glossy remaining eye. But it wasn't me. It was her smiling back. Now every time I look in the mirror, my reflection blinks a moment later than I do. I moved houses, changed cities. But at night, when the air grows cold and the scent of lavender creeps in, I can still hear her whispering from the corner of my room, softly, patiently, waiting to come home again.